And the Stratford Tigers are state champions in 2022. Here with our Zaleski Sports Fall Sports Athlete of the Year, John Seitz. First off, congratulations on that. State champion on the football team, basketball going on now, and all those types of things. So we're just going to talk about football today. So state champion, that'll go with you forever. You'll be an old dude hanging out somewhere telling people about you were a state champion. But since that day in November, kind of what, as you look back on that day at Camp Randall and MADISON, what are your thoughts about winning a state championship?
It's a dream come true. I mean, we were all joking about it when we were little, saying, yeah, we're gonna do this, do that, and to actually do that our senior year, it's pretty special. Especially played with my brother last year, and we fell short round 2. It was like we got to beat them. That was the whole goal. Go to level 3, and then we got to level 3, go to level 4, and the intentions were there, and we practiced really hard. We executed what we needed to execute, and it all kind of just fell through, and got state champ. So I mean, that's pretty special. I mean, with our friends, childhood buddies,
11-2, so or something like that. We had a loss against Edgar. We had a tie against Mosinee. How did you think you and the guys kind of rebounded after kind of a weird start to the season?
Yeah, I mean, it was historically not a good start, but I remember the practice after the Edgar game, we all kind of just talked it over, and we're like, let's just flush this on the drain because nothing we can do about it now. Put it on a chip on our shoulder to just finish the rest of the season, because those are non-conferences, so it didn't necessarily mean anything except bragging rights, especially with Edgar, which we still get yelled at by them to this day, but that's all right. But conference games were what really mattered, and we tied with Amherst. Unfortunate situation with them, but we lost them, and then we used to use that chip on our shoulder for that in the playoffs too. But yeah.
Edgar, why is that game so weird every year? Why?
I mean, it used to be a conference game, and we're supposed to grow up hating each other, and it's funny because I'm really good friends with a lot of kids there, so it's like you're supposed to be trash talking each other, and we're tackling someone saying, "Hey, good play," or something like that. So I don't know. It's really weird. The parents are really the people that beef about it, but the kids just play the game. So
I think you're exactly right about that. I think some of the parents, that's what they look forward to all year.
Yeah.
And for you and the guys this year and every year, it's just it's another game on the schedule. It's a fun game, but it's one of however many that you play that year. You mentioned the loss, season ender against Amherst. After that game, the Amherst community got kind of hooked onto your train and cheered you on through the playoffs. How do you kind of think about that, or what are your thoughts about that happening all kind of like it did?
Those kids were a good group of boys. I mean, they fought hard. They knew their season was over when we played them, and that's got to be tough mentally. And everything just pouring onto them. It's like their senior year is just gone. So we all felt bad. But after the game, we all had a prayer for the kid that was ruled ineligible, and it was just an unfortunate situation because no team wants to go through that, especially when you don't know. So we kind of just bonded there in the group for like 10 minutes, and then after, whatever. And then you can see stuff on social media, them saying, applauding us for doing stuff like that. But I mean, it's just kind of it's bigger than sports, Senior year, most of the kids last time playing ball, I mean, it's just kind of sad. So I think with us doing that, it kind of helped them like us more, I guess. So they kind of wanted us to succeed.
Yeah, you had 2 towns in the state of Wisconsin cheering for you during the playoffs. That's pretty unusual, but it was an unusual set of circumstances that led to that. Let's talk about your season and why we chose you. It led your team in tackles. Coach says led your team in heart and dedication to the team, dedication to the sport. Why football? I mean, we'll talk about maybe your first days, but as you think about it, why are you a football player?
I don't know. Yeah, most of us came out 3rd grade for tackle football, and it's just it's like hitting people. And I like to say it's like legal assault because you can just lay everything out on the field. So just spending time with my friends, the coaches, relationships you build, memories you make. I mean, everything is just so awesome. So yeah.
seems like in Stratford, especially early on, every boy is playing football in third grade. Every boy is wrestling, and those two things. Growing up here, maybe you don't know because you didn't grow up somewhere else, but the day after the Super Bowl, there's no school at Stratford High School, regardless of who's playing. That's been 20 years. Why do Stratford and sports go together so well?
I don't know. I think it's just from whoever really started it, because I grew up in the foundation that's already built with the success and the 6-year repeat that, So, I mean, growing up, it's just like you're supposed to win. So we have that in our head that, losing sucks, and that's not who we are. So winning is just something we've lived around forever. So
back to state championship night. The bus came here. Everybody went to the gym and kind of had a good time, kind of celebrating and giving high fives and all the pictures. You probably had 10 million pictures taken that night. But tell us about the bus ride coming back, because I know from high school sports, especially for a lot of guys, the bus ride's a fun thing. Now you won a state championship. You add that to the bus ride. Tell us about the bus ride back home. Well,
there's some things that you can't say because it's like what stays in the locker room or whatever it is. But there's a lot of laughing. A lot of just upbeat. Losing games on long trips, you're kind of tired. You don't really say anything. But that was like the best bus ride ever. A lot of laughs. We were running around, throwing stuff at each other. So it was just really fun.
And you've had some long bus rides the last couple of years. If you ever went to Wittenberg or Shiocton, this year in the playoffs you went to Grantsburg, long bus rides. So I guess just kind of tell the people back at home, what that bus ride is like, because especially after a win, there's some period of having fun, but then some guys are going to take a nap, especially if the bus is kind of long. So what do you use the bus ride for coming back home?
So I mean, obviously it starts off with us having fun, but we just played a football game, so 30 minutes later I'm tired, so my go-to is I'll go on my phone and go on Zaleski Sports if they streamed it, because the huddle isn't out yet. So a little plug.
Yeah, thanks.
I watched the film and I want to see where I can improve, where I played, or how our team did, especially with the losses. I want to see what happened, what went wrong. But games we won, it's I'm just going to watch back, enjoy it.
Yeah, who's that one guy that you look to coming on the bus that he's gonna have it hyped up right away?
For our team?
Yeah.
All of us are kind of, but let me think.
It's kind of he's gonna set the tone for some fun and some clowning around. Yeah.
Koehler Kilty. So we have you wouldn't expect it. The kid's really quiet, but we get him in a circle before our games, and we tell him to give us a few words of advice, and it's the same 3 words every time. And I can't repeat what it is, but let's just say those 3 words every time gets us unbelievably hyped up. If you ask anybody on the team, they know what I'm talking about.
Okay, got it. Everybody out there that knows, know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Right on. Okay, let's wrap it up like this. You're a state champion in football. When that happens, a lot of people notice that kind of thing. We talked about the parents, but one of the groups of people that notice that are the little kids. You talked about you playing football in 3rd grade, so all the grade schoolers that were watching, you on TV at the state championship game, or at any point during the season. What kind of impact do you think that you had on those little kids that are someday want to be John Seitz?
I really hope it motivates them. Our high school is connected to the middle school, so I'm always around the little kids, and you got to be as nice because you want them to think of you more than you probably are. But I try and be as nice as possible with little kids because that really means something. You don't normally see a senior talking to a 6th grader or 7th grader, but watching older people on the field, it's I want to be him, and I hope they work hard, lift, get faster, become a better athlete. Especially that we won state, it's we can do this, because we weren't taught at a good team super early in the season, and that's fine, but we finished good, so anybody can see that they can do that. So just put in the work, put in the hours, take what's ours.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's a statewide resource that asked me to predict playoffs, and I had you losing in a level 4. So
I think only one of the coaches had us winning.
Yeah,
That's all right.
That's all right. Well, yeah, I'm glad that you did. Yeah, we were cheering for you the whole way. Very last thing, Coach Tubbs and the rest of the coaches. But we'll talk about Coach Tubbs. He steers the ship, right? He's at the front of the line when it comes to Stratford football. And maybe you let us in on a little bit of Coach Tubbs that people don't know about. We had him on film doing the gritty.
Yes.
Coming back here, so
Sure.
he's got some abilities to be a regular guy. But tell us about Coach Jason Tubbs.
Yeah, so I mean we've all been close with Coach Tubbs forever. I used to play baseball, like an AU type of baseball thing, with his son, and he was our coach. So like you see sides of him that like normal people don't, and I think it's just like tightness you get from it, and relationships you build like with like some of these coaches. Like I'll never forget like Coach Kufka, Coach Lehman. And those relationships last forever. Like if I ever need something from them, I can just text them. But Coach Tubbs, super special. He needs a little work on the gritty, that's for sure.
He does. I agree with that completely. All right, state football champion forever, and our fall sports athlete of the year, John Seitz. Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.
You got it.
And the Stratford Tigers are state champions in 2022.